Thank you for tuning in to Relationship Lounge. I'm really excited about our guest today. Um, she's an author and she is a mom of, is it four beautiful children?
Yes, ma'am.
Her book is Portland and the Snowflakes. Her name is Fanesia Green. And ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of you out there that know Fanesia. They grew up with her. She is an amazing young lady. I've known her all of her life. And this is her opportunity to be able to share with you all today the importance of silence and the shame. So at this time, I want you to share with the audience, what does this book mean, Portland and the Snowflake?
All right. Hello, everyone on Relationship Lounge. Thank y'all for having me. Portland and the Snowflake was inspired to me. It made me want to bring a daughter. Like I said, I have four kids. I have one daughter and three boys. But during my marriage, I ended up having, when I got married, I had two previous children, my little girl and my little boy. He wanted a daughter, but we ended up having two more boys.
Okay.
And so I'm done. Four is enough. So what I did is, I've been writing ever since middle school. So I decided to just bring the daughter that we would have had, and we would have named her Portland, to life in a book. And on this journey, Portland is led by a snowflake to a park. She meets a friend in the park, learns that she goes to school with this friend, and that they both love Jesus, that they both pray to Jesus. And so the point of the book is never be ashamed. And I want to be able to encourage children, never be ashamed to shine your light no matter what age you are.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
Thank you.
And that is a tribute to the child that would have been.
Yes.
A child that you would have shared with your husband. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Now, this takes me back to, I want you to, for those that don't know who you are, you were born and raised in Cartersville.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are a native in Cartersville.
Oh, yes.
Who are your parents?
Rhonda and Alan Green. My father passed away in 2015, but my mother is still living.
Okay, now you are the oldest sibling of?
Two. I have a brother and a sister. My brother's the baby.
Well, don't say that too loud, because he grown now. Like, no, wait a minute.
Oh, that's why I said it, because that's what he's saying.
Right.
But you gotta love family.
Exactly, and I know that they're very proud of you.
Yes.
You know, I brought you to the show because I've been following you. Now, I've been knowing you all your life.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've been following your story. You're such an inspiration to the youth.
Thank you.
And you're so bold about where God has brought you from. You are walking with no shame. There are a lot of subjects that I want to talk about, but the subjects that I bring to the forefront each week is the subjects that I prayed about.
Mm-hmm.
And when I feel a release about a certain subject, then it's certain people that come to mind. You have never been one to me that has walked with your head down. You have always been the young lady with such an old soul. I know your mama would vouch for that. Just a great contribution to your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so you love the Lord. You
Yes.
can tell that you love the Lord. The shine is all over you. And I know that you have a lot of support on your journey.
Absolutely.
I want you to share with the people, because there are people out there, men and women, that are battling with their truth.
Right.
They're battling with their truth because it's the pressure of, if I tell the whole truth, if I tell what really happened or what really is going on, then they're going to judge me. They're not going to understand.
Right.
We both know, because I got my truth, and it's an ugly truth, but it set me free.
That's right.
So one thing about your truth, it will set you free.
Amen.
I want you to set somebody free today.
Yes.
I want you to let them know the importance of sharing your truth, no matter the shame. We're silencing it tonight.
That's right.
We're going to help somebody tonight, because sometimes people just need to hear the story of another in order to be set free. That's why this show is called Reveal and Heal, because what you do is you reveal your story, you reveal your pain, And the healing part is the survival.
Mhm.
You're gonna help somebody because sometimes, as I stated, they just wanna hear that they're not the only one.
Right.
Why don't you share,
Yes.
with the people? Just start wherever you want to start, and let them know the place that you're in today.
I sure will. All right, you guys, like I said, I'm a single mom of 4. I had 2 children before I got married. During that time frame, my father was just really at a point like, Nisha, what are you doing? You got 2 children, 2 baby daddies. You're not married. You're not engaged. What are you doing? And I'm just like brushing it off. Whatever. My daddy don't know anything. My daddy don't know what he's saying. So I'm gonna tell you, when you begin to start talking to your girlfriends, praying, saying stuff, there's somebody very real out there that's listening to what you're saying, and he's setting it up. And I call that the pain, and that's exactly what it was for me. So, people will say you'll meet the right one, just unexpected. So that's what I was hearing. So I was out. I met a guy, tall, chocolate, everything I wanted. I'm like, oh, Jesus, you showing out tonight. Now, we put Jesus on everything
Yes.
that seems to be good.
Yes.
And he haven't approved nothing. I didn't talk to Jesus about it. I didn't ask Jesus about him. I didn't even pray about it. I just automatically gave praise to something that wasn't even a praise. It happened to right now be my victory.
Yes.
Because it brought me somewhere to
Yes.
realize he's in control. So I end up meeting the guy. He was pursuing me, doing everything on the menu that a man would do. Oh, he out topped the first 2 baby daddies of mine. So that made me feel like I was a woman. That made me feel like everything that the men previous that were saying about me was a lie.
Uh-huh.
This man made me feel complete. So as all of that was building, I painted my own picture. That's why I call it the painting. I started painting my own picture. As the paint started to dry, I'm pregnant again. So I'm on my 3rd child. I'm in college. To me, life is beautiful.
Yes.
Everybody see it's beautiful. Congratulations, your family's coming.
Mm-hmm.
When the paint dried, is when I got the phone call that he was a married man. I'm pregnant. At that time, I figured, no, I'm painting this picture. She done something. She ain't the right one. He's telling me I'm it. I'm, just making me feel like what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
That's why everything was just so perfect at the beginning.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't want to, believe that something else was going on. So I just kind of brushed it to the side. And one thing, we can be so good and just a good person that when somebody comes to you broken, you want to fix it.
Yeah.
You feel like you can do everything you can do to make it better. How can I keep this secret in? Can't nobody know that I'm pregnant by a married man. Nobody needs to know what's going on behind closed doors. I'm tearing up my house. I'm yelling, screaming. Now this is when I start ripping up the painting because I started becoming a woman that I wasn't. My identity was starting to shift into something, again, that was not given to me by Jesus because he doesn't call me angry, bitter, broken, betrayed.
Yes.
I'm the total opposite. And I learned that now when I got back to me, when I was able to get back to that Fanesia Green that I was born and meant to be.
Right.
And so I describe my life as a semicolon.
Okay.
And the reason why I do is because a semicolon is a punctuation mark used indicating a pause, typically between 2 main clauses. My first main clause was me creating my own painting, my own picture, and meeting a married man and starting a family, falling in love, walking through his divorce.
His divorce.
Didn't think anything about what that woman previous was going through. It wasn't even my thought
Right.
because he was making me feel good.
Right.
He was making me happy. He was with me. My little kids running around, they had a father. So the reason why that I use semicolon is because now I'm walking in victorious. And I'm explaining how I got there.
Come on.
Well, for 10 years, I tried to hold everything together. Everything together. I stayed in there like a wife should. This is when I start calling on Jesus.
Okay.
When I'm in the midst. Remind you, never brought him in from the first time. So I'm using scripture, manipulating scripture.
Yeah.
A man that finds a good woman, honey, stop.
Yeah.
He didn't find you. Yeah. It was a trap. Mm-hmm. And then I started taking other things, God won't put more on you than you can bear. God didn't put this on you. You did this. So as I kept on trying to manipulate and twist stuff, nothing was working for 10 years. But I had to hide that. Nobody could know that I was living this type of lifestyle. So when I first went through the cheating, the same pattern that was previous, the lies, whatever battles that were going before me, I would always keep a smile, keep going, keep pressing, because that was what was already in me. Is what I knew to do.
Exactly.
And so it got to a point where a situation happened. I was just really getting tired. I kept hearing God say, "Move." And he moved us to a church, Cross Point City Church, which is here locally in Cartersville. God surrounded us around married couples. Mm-hmm. God surrounded us around people that began to pour into us. Mm-hmm. He didn't understand what was going on, but I did. Mm-hmm. The word order. So I was controlling. I was the one trying to make sure everything held together. Mm-hmm. I was the one trying to, make sure you go do this, make sure you go do that. Because I didn't want nobody to see the brokenness. Right. I didn't want nobody to see what I fell in love with. Right. Because I'm still trying to put something together that's not even, I'm not his creator. Right. He's God's clay, not mine. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to go mess with somebody else's artwork. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to do. I was making a bigger mess. So it just got to the point where I kept praying. And I started reading the book Fervent by Priscilla Shirer.
Oh, that's a great book.
It is.
I recommend it.
Yes, ma'am. And that's when things shook up. And in that book, it talks about strategic praying.
That's right.
And that's something that I just kept doing. And I'm going to tell you, when you start praying, things start shifting.
Yes, ma'am.
Things start moving. And then I was ushering God in.
Yes.
And at that time, just because my marriage ended doesn't mean he was trying to hurt me. Right. God was like, let me do what I want to do for your life, because I'm here to display, not you.
Talk about that. Talk about that right there.
God is the creator. All of us is his artwork. We represent him.
Exactly.
He made us in his image. So when something, as the enemy or ourselves, try to come tarnish that, mm-hmm. when we let him in, mm-hmm. he corrects it the right way. And now that pressing and that growth is not comfortable. But is it worth it? Absolutely. And how did I get there? I was honest with myself.
Key.
And I mean...
Key.
Yes.
You were honest with yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
There's no growth.
No.
Unless you're honest
mm-hmm.
with yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had to face who you really were. Mm-hmm. You had to answer the hard questions that you alone had the answer to. Mm-hmm. You didn't need therapy. You didn't need nobody else's opinion. Right. You didn't need nobody else's experience. Right. You just needed to look at the truth yourself, and you yourself mm-hmm. faced it. Okay, continue.
And that's when I broke down, and I let God deal with the shame. I began to tell him how embarrassed I was, how, God, this is not me. My parents didn't raise this type of... I'm a woman. They didn't. My father didn't imitate this, display this. God help me. Oh, and when you call on your father for help, he is waiting on that, and he stepped right in. And one thing he had to do is he had to show me, because I was out of line from the very start, 10 years worth of being out of line. And so I started at first, I don't know, God, I don't know if I really want to go through this. I don't know if I really, but then I said, no, don't you start questioning nothing. You better keep pressing. You better keep moving, because anybody know you got to go through the whole process. It's a process when you're going through healing. You can't just pity pat, go back to comfort, pity pat, go back to, or start trying to manipulate yourself that, oh no, this, or, try to mess with another man, or try to bring somebody in to try to make things look like, oh, it wasn't me or whatever. It was me.
The struggle is real. And I appreciate you you making clear, because see, what you're doing is you're exposing in the lives of so many people that have swept this under the rug, that have hid this behind drinking, doing whatever they do, the promiscuousness.
Yes.
They have hid this behind a whole lot of different addictions, because that was a whole lot easier than them facing the truth. But the thing about it is, you are not going to get any better. Things are not going to change for your good until you fix it.
Yes.
Because you can't fool God. You have to go through a certain something, and it's called pain.
Yes.
You have to get through that.
Yes.
I told somebody, and it's a comparison to having a baby. I had 5 natural birth babies. Now, I don't know how I did that. I was somebody else. I promise you. Because in my real life right here today, I couldn't tell you. But I know it happened.
Yeah.
I'm just not that same person. But I compare it to having a baby, going through the contractions. Right. You are like, get it out. I want some pain medicine. All these things. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't want to look at the baby daddy or the husband. You don't want to look, because you got a reason for this pain. But when you have that baby, give me my baby.
Yes.
It's like all that pain that you went through.
Yes.
You say it was worth it. So it's the very same thing. It's the very same thing, because today you are a winner. Today you are victorious. All that you went through, you can honestly admit it was worth it all. Oh. Listen, means I feel the very same, and it was so, oh my God. I wouldn't wish it on my enemy, but it's growing pains is what it is. It's growing pains. It's like we make choices. And when we make choices, guess what? There are repercussions.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But when you can grow up and when you're healed, you can honestly say it was worth it all.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like when you have that baby and you're holding that healthy baby in your arms with 5 fingers, 10 fingers and 10 toes. It's like, thank you, Jesus. Yes. I made it over.
Yes.
Tell the people the pressure. Did you go through not being able to eat? Did you go through diarrhea? Did you go through excessive eating? Did you go through, depression, PTSD? Talk about the realness of this growing pain place.
I'm glad you brought up PTSD. Honestly, and I know this might sound crazy, I thought that's something that soldiers went through.
I did too.
I really did.
I didn't even relate it to after having a baby.
No.
Would you go through that too?
Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
Tell us.
And I went to counseling. And your counselor go all the way back for a reason.
Yes, Lord.
And
she get to the root, though.
She got to the root, and she listened to all my baby daddies, and she listened to the marriage, and she listened to everything that I was doing. And before I got married, my oldest son, father, and I was in a relationship. He was abusive. He was verbally abusive to me. He tried to tear me down, but see, I got thick skin, so that wasn't working. So that just kind of tore apart, and he ended up, getting locked up. So that didn't work out. So Satan was like, you know what? I see something on her. and I know she want a family. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set her up. So that's when he put me through something else. I thought I was healed because I was single for a year and a half. I was not healed. Healing is just not a certain time.
No, ma'am.
Healing is continuous.
Yes, it is. It's a process.
Yes, it is. And like right now, and even things previous,
yes,
it's constant
yes, it
healing.
is. Yes, it is.
And that's why I love your platform. Because coming through anything is healing to somebody that may feel like I don't have the courage, or I'm afraid to say something because of what someone is going to think about me. Well, let me stand before you right now. I am your sister.
Yes.
I am here to stand with you. You are a woman, a man, and a child of God. It does not matter what you've done. When you let go and you let God, nothing else matters. And that's what's been able to get me to speak about it. Because everything that I've done wrong, God flipped it around and made it for his glory. Because I couldn't have healed me. I couldn't have brought me joy. I couldn't have woke me up to go to church every Sunday and get my kids and provide for them. And back to the PTSD part that I found out about, I was angry all the time. And thank God for Jeremiah 29:11.
Girl.
For the plan that he know that he has for me.
Yes.
Because I was wanting to take that man's head off.
Girl.
I was wanting to take everybody's head off, honestly. But I didn't know what was happening
Jeremiah
to me.
29:11 is a word.
Yes, it is. But it kept me.
It kept you.
It kept me. And I was able to realize what was going on. And she told me that certain things are certain triggers.
Mm-hmm.
So when even dating or moving forward, you got to be careful.
Yes.
I cannot be trying to heal another man. I can't be trying to meet someone that's still in a cycle of damaging himself or lying to himself or living in no. I would shut the door. Being single is beautiful. It's hard, but it's worth it. When you don't been through something and you know you've come out. So the wait makes it just amazing. And that's been my word for 2019, actually, wait. So I was kind of mad at first. I'm like, what am I waiting on? But I'll tell you what I'm waiting on. He's been opening up doors, even this right now. And God is constantly letting me know. And my friends know, my mom know, from my book. From previous things where I've spoken places that I never thought that I would be. It's just like constant nuggets that God is pouring in my life to let me know when you trusted me, I told you I got your back.
You do know that the wait is a verb. The wait is a verb, baby. Because see, while you're waiting, you ain't sitting still.
Right.
You're working.
Yes.
You're moving some things.
Yes.
So it's just like the scripture says, faith without works is dead. But see, the thing about taking a stand and waiting on the salvation of the Lord, you ain't standing still.
Right.
You're doing his will.
Yes.
You're making some moves.
Yes.
So God is orchestrating it all. He is ordering your steps. He is doing it, baby. Because see, the thing about, I believe the person that the Lord has for you as your king, he gonna find you working.
Amen.
He gonna find you working and doing the will of God. You understand? So that way you don't get caught up, because you're gonna be doing the will of God. Anytime there's a shyster that's out there and you doing the will of God, that's not attractive.
No.
That's not attractive.
No.
A shyster looking at you is like, nah, she one of them church girls. You know what I'm saying? But a true king that see you doing the work of the Father, then, he gonna have his eye on you. So I'm so thankful that you're not even looking, because the Bible said he who finds, not she.
That's right.
So see, you already doing the doggone thing. You're not distracted. You're not distracted by wishing for someone to come into your life. You're embracing your singleness and you're enjoying it. I tell you, it's a job. Being single is a job.
Yes.
I've been single for many years. But see, it's work on me.
Yes.
You are a beautiful woman. You're single by choice. I'm single by choice. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody can get somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
But is it going to be someone that helps you?
That's right.
And I'm not talking about help you financially and all these types of things. I'm talking about be better.
Compliment you, add to you,
exactly.
Yes.
So when you're moving and shaking, and when you're working and doing the will of the Father, when you're working in purpose, guess what? That meets and fulfill the needs of a single person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you hold dear to who you are.
Right.
You don't need somebody else to be whole. Am I right about it?
Yes. Because I'm not caring enough.
How long it takes though. You have to get into a healing place.
The process.
Ooh, Lord Jesus, honey. Because see, you get to holding those pillars, and you think that that's what you need, someone to hold. Hold on to them pillars, honey. Even get you a teddy bear. Because see, they ain't gonna make you do nothing wrong.
That's right.
And that's gonna pass.
Yeah.
My big mama used to say, baby, this too shall pass. And it does. You wake up the next morning ready to roll.
Yeah. It does. It really does.
You know, ready to keep on moving.
Yeah.
So I'm just beside myself tonight. You being so young with your old soul. You telling the truth that a whole lot of old people still sitting on. And they still bound. They still going through some stuff because they're holding on to some stuff that they need to release. And you set some people free today. So the first tip that you would tell, the first tool that you would share with the people when it comes to being set free is what?
Be honest with yourself. Surrender to God. Totally let go. It's like an addiction. If you ever heard someone speak about being addicted to anything and how they have to stay away from certain stuff, do certain things, walk totally different. That's what has to happen.
Indeed.
And don't act like temptation doesn't come. But you better have, as I heard at church, your others.
You better have
Who is your others that you can call on, that's going to go in prayer for you, that's going to be there for you. Because we need one another. And that's why I'm so thankful for platforms like this, because we need one another. We're sharpening each other.
What the Bible say? I'm
sharpens iron.
Right. And you know what the others that you heard in church, and the word also addiction you mentioned. Did you know that the Bible calls it the vice, V-I-C-E? Whatever your vice, whatever your weakness, whatever your addiction.
Right.
See, we might not have the same vice.
Right.
Whatever the addiction is, that may be somebody that's a drug addict or a sex addict or love to eat or whatever that is. Whatever that is, you need your others.
That's right.
No matter what it is your vice. You need that support.
Yes.
And it's okay. You know what? It doesn't mean that you're weak because you need help.
No.
Talk about that. Talk about that. It doesn't mean that you are a weak person just because you can't do it alone.
In fact, that's the total opposite. You're very strong when you're pulling on someone. When you're reaching out, that just shows just how you care and love yourself. You're not trying to drown in something. Pride is real.
Ooh.
And a lot of people feel like, no, I got this. I'm going to do it on my own. And that's what kept me stuck for 10 years.
Pride.
I didn't want to go tell anybody.
Girl, listen. You know what? In other words, it's called shame. Man, oh my God. And ain't nobody waddling in that stinking stuff but you.
Yes.
You get tired of lying.
Yes.
You get tired of fooling yourself. I mean, everybody else seems to be happy and living an authentic life. Everybody seems to be living the real. And you know good and well what they see with you, the smile and all that, you know that it's not real. And when you go home, you got to be by yourself in that old stinking stuff.
I'm glad you said that, because once I announced that I was going through my divorce, people were shocked. Y'all were like a power couple.
That's what they thought.
Exactly. Because that's the painting that I put up. I worked hard to try to hide something.
We do. Yes, we do.
And now that I'm free, now that I'm healing, now that I'm honest with myself, I don't have to work hard hiding anything.
Oh, Jesus.
I love what I'm doing, who I am, and where I am right now. I don't have to hide about anything.
Man.
The victory is being able to speak about where I've come from.
You know, you telling it so the devil don't have nothing to tell. That old slew foot. That's what my big mama used to call the devil. She said, he's a slew foot. She said, baby, you better tell it so the devil don't have nothing to tell.
That's right. That's right.
There's nothing to talk about.
That's right.
I'm not your subject.
That's right.
If I done said it,
Yes.
anything else outside there's a big old fat lie you told.
Yes. Yes.
So the truth will set you free.
It does.
And free indeed.
And I want women to get in a position where we're breaking these cycles of just being content.
Yes.
Okay. And hiding stuff and trying to build a man that's not even a man, because if he's not leading, he's not a man.
And y'all, we got options now. We don't have to be desperate, and you get a certain age and get to thinking that if you don't get that one, there won't be another one. Lies, honey. Because they that wait upon the Lord, He will come. What would you like for the people to know before we get ready to close out?
I just want to be able to share that when you're able to be honest and true to yourself, that's when your story is being told with just something real. And to me, that's the best way to be in this world that we're living in. Is real. God is real. The enemy is real. You need to live real.
You said a mouthful when you said the enemy is real. See, I think people take it lightly that the devil is real. Now, we don't blame everything on the devil. Am I right about it?
Right. No.
We take responsibility for choices that we make. We take responsibility for actions.
Right.
Am I right about it?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you tell us what you believe by holding on to the pain of things? How does that affect the people that you love, your children? In particular, children in particular.
It's like a kryptonite. It's like you're crippling everybody. Like when you're holding that in and bitter, you're not able to function and move. Because then I became where I had to continue to run my household. I got children that I need to continue to build and mold and motivate and encourage. And the last thing I wanted them to see is when adversity come against you or when odds come against you, you let go. One thing they will say is my mama fought to the end.
Right.
And that's just what I want my babies to know.
Did they have questions?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
How did you answer their questions with the truth?
Well, I told them that, Daddy and I have decided to get a divorce. And that what's a divorce? And I said, that's when two people are no longer together. And then I had to, who cheated was the first thing that come out one of my son's mouth. And I said, why you say that? Because I heard you in there yelling. I know that you was with another woman. And I'm like, oh, no wonder. They say, watch it. I'm in another room, but I'm angry. And I totally forgot I had children in the room. So I had to explain to him in such a loving way. And then I told him, just like I have to tell you the truth, your father's going to have to tell you the truth as well.
In raising a man and exercising the importance of how you treat a woman, what do you think that did to him?
I was very worried. I will give a testimony. My 13-year-old, he was 9 at the time. He said, Mom, I will never cheat on my wife. And I knew then God was already protecting, teaching, even with my daughter. And even with my oldest son, he's like, I don't want to date. Not right now. I'm not worried about it. My 13-year-old, the ladies is coming. But he's like, I don't want to, like, he's loving them. And I'm like, son, you're too young for that. And then my 11-year-old, he always bring me flowers, always checking on me. So I'm already seeing good husband potential and characteristics in them. And I'm already seeing my daughter to be a beautiful wife and, to respond, because even myself had to learn I wasn't even a great wife to him, because I and him made this decision to start something that God never gave us. So we both was jacked up, trying to do something we had no business doing. And I'm about drove him crazy too. I don't blame everything on him, but the PTS, all of that come from the cheating and me trying to hide, and my truth come from how I was shamed, in shame, and I was hiding what I was going through in my marriage.
Just a whole lot of extraness.
Yeah.
Just a whole lot of don't want to be in the situation, can't really do anything about it, to contemplate, all types of ways, how I'm going to get out of this, some thoughts that you never would think when it comes to setting yourself free.
That's right. And children are watching you.
And then trying to figure out how to explain it to your children. Wow.
Absolutely.
So what questions did your parents have? Did they notice some things?
You know what's so hard is in 2015, the beginning of the year, that's when everything started breaking up in my marriage. My daddy called me. He said, "Are you going through the D word?" My daddy didn't want to say divorce because him and my mama didn't speak like that. They grew up with you not going nowhere. So I just shedded tears and I said, "No, Dad. The next time that my dad was able to hear my ex-husband's voice is when my daddy was in an induced coma. He could still hear you."
Okay.
And he did come up there and see my father because he loved my dad. And he heard my daddy's voice. And I remember leaning over saying, "Dad, I told you we're not getting a divorce." 7 months later we did. Yeah. So my mom is grieving the loss of her husband, her childhood sweetheart, her world. I'm grieving my father. And then now my mom's grieving for her daughter because one thing, it doesn't matter how old your child get, you will hurt when they hurt. Girl. And my mom is a rock. She was so strong for me. And she kept reminding me over and over and over how beautiful I was. She was starting to put the pieces together that the enemy started whispering to me why that marriage failed. And so that, and holding on to Jesus and staying in church is definitely
it was everything.
Oh, man. It helped me. Yeah. So my dad does not know that I'm divorced. But I do know one thing. When I'm praying at night and I'm speaking to Jesus, I tell him to let my daddy know I'm okay.
Yes. And guess what, sweetie? He knows that you're okay. Because what matters is your happiness.
Yes.
We too many times do things to please others.
Oh.
When it comes to our parents, really all they want is for us to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to make sure that when we make life-altering decisions, that we have thought it through. They just want to make sure that we do not have to live in regret.
Yes.
I mean, seriously. And, a lot of times we may feel like the pressure that they put on us is just ridiculous. But being a parent, I know for me, I'm like, I don't want you to go through what I've been through.
Right.
I don't want you to hurt. I want to protect you from hurting. But guess what? You cannot protect your children from life. So rest assured, I believe that your dad is aware that you are happy. Because, see, we're spirit beings. And this flesh that we live in is a house. And whenever we leave from here to go be with the Lord, we are spirit again. And spirit travel.
Yeah.
So I believe that it is well done. What he wants for you is for you to be happy, just like your mama, just like your sisters and brothers, just like everybody that love you. They want you to be happy.
Amen.
What was the grieving process like? When did you finally get to a place where you decided, you got to take care of you? Because the healing had to take place because you made a decision that I can't be happy for everybody else.
Yes. And that's hard because, when people are because I'm always saying yes to something or attending something. I had to put myself around people that were going to be pouring in me positive. And so I had to start isolating myself from certain situations. Not that something was wrong with them. Right. But God was in the process of redoing and restoring things within me. Right. And so For 2016, honestly, I was very angry. I didn't understand how did this, just the normal questions that come.
Right.
But then, being born to a boxer, I got back up.
Yes.
After I felt like I was knocked out, and I kept fighting.
Right.
And that started in 2017, and I just kept pushing. When my book come out, it's like something just snapped in me and was like, keep going.
Yeah.
Daughter, get up.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And I haven't stopped.
Yeah. That's it right there. That's it right there. Now, tell everybody about this new book that you got, that you've been working on.
Yes.
It's going to be a blessing to women, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm working on a new book called The Fight. My father was a boxer, and I'm in the process of still writing it and everything, because I want to continue to bring nothing but truth, and I cannot speak to you if I haven't experienced it.
Ooh.
So what's going to happen in this book that I've already written so far is being able to step in a ring and know that you're going to take punches, you're going to be knocked out, but don't think that you have already lost it. And in this fight, there's no certain amount of rounds that you go through before the bell dings. It's over when God says over. It's gonna be
Is it a workbook or is it?
It's I'm gonna make it into like a devotion. So
okay.
Where like after each chapter you can kind of journal yourself, because I want people to be able to be real with themselves. I like real, and I feel like when you can write down, hey, I'm angry right now, whatever you're feeling in that time,
So it's going to be connected to like a journal type.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that going to be like a monthly? You going to have like the monthly count, or how's it going to be?
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be like a monthly thing, and I want to be able to continue to build the fight.
Okay.
Because like I said, it's not over.
Oh wow, you're right about it.
It's just different levels. Because just because I made it over that, now I'm in a new season. And you just continue to grow, because God is just always working on us. He's always growing us. We're not complete until we stand in front of him and he say, job well done.
Absolutely. We got to keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm.
So you were inspired to do this because your dad's a boxer?
Yes, I was interviewing.
Of course, your daddy's girl. That made that very clear.
Yeah, I was interviewing my dad before he passed away. In April I was. And I still got my last bit of notes.
Okay.
We did not finish the interview. But the fight came to me in a dream.
Oh.
And so my cover is going to have a boxer on one side and a praying woman on the other.
How about
and
that?
I'm combining the two.
Oh, that is... Now listen, if anybody is listening, do you need a publisher?
Yes.
Anybody listening, you need to get with my girl.
Yes.
Now, I need for you to just share with them how they can reach you.
All right. Absolutely. I am... I have an email, nisigreen31@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook, Author31, Instagram, and also I just started a women's live. We do every other Sunday on Dearly Love Ministry.
Okay.
About a month ago. Yeah, about a month and a half ago, God brought that to me, and I started that. So it's like I see puzzle pieces that he's been putting together.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not going to stop following him or how he's guiding me.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to say no to anything.
Tell me a little bit more about that. Is that online?
Dearly Love Ministry?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It's on Facebook. Mm-hmm.
Facebook Live?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. We got our own page called Dearly Love Ministry.
So it's a private group?
No, it's public. You can go like the page, and when we go live, it'll inform you and things like that. And then I'm on Facebook as Fanesia Green. Okay,
so they need to bring you.
Yes.
They need to. Did you tell them how to do so?
Yes. You can find me on Facebook, Fanesia Green, or even A31. My page is on Facebook as well. Okay, now tell them how to buy your book. My book is on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and Books A Million. Amazon is perfect, so I highly recommend to go to Amazon to order my book. It's getting ready to get cold. I love promoting this around this time. It's great for stocking stuffers or just with
Yes.
children. If
Yes.
you're trying to, encourage your child to not just feel like they should be ashamed to speak about God, then I highly recommend reading my book.
Now, does your children feel they're proud of their mommy, right?
They're very proud of me. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you just walking through, knocking over people. Girl, yeah, like a Samson. Just knocking, like move devil, I'm coming through.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, and you know what? I've learned that as soon as I let go of the control and what I wanted to do, man, when I grabbed a hold on what God wanted, oh, yeah.
I'm so proud of you, baby.
Oh, and I love this moment. Y'all, I love this woman. Her platform is amazing. Seriously.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Listen, y'all, I have done my best to hold back my tears, but I have wanted to just gush a number of times while she has been sharing. It is so good to be free. It is so good to be in a place where you don't have to worry about what nobody say. Talk all you want. I'm free indeed. You see a young lady that's free indeed. She got a long life to live. When you're free, you're guaranteed long life. Long life, because all that other stuff will eat at you like cancer. So I want to beg you to please follow her on social media. Get this book for your children, the stocking stuffer. This is what they need. Children need their self-esteem pampered.
Yes.
They need to know that, this book right here. Am I right about it?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, this is Reveal and Heal. And I want you to follow social media so that you can be up to speed on all the podcasts and also the live. Go to my YouTube page, Relationship Lounge, and go and look at all of the podcasts and the live and catch up. Because this is some good stuff. If you're looking for tools, everybody that I've had as guests, they have shared tools. Because guess what? It's all about love. It's all about forgiveness.
Yes.
It's all about being free. It's all about silencing the shame. So let me just admonish to you right now the importance of you liking the videos. Don't just go look at them. I need you to like those videos, and I need you to comment. I need you to let me know if you are interested in me talking about grief, talking about, any type of pain or anything that you want to know more about, and you want to hear from the voices of people that are free. Once again, I'm Coach Deb, your host. You have been tuned in to Reveal and Heal with Relationship Lounge. Love everybody and be an example. Good night.